will begin. Population of women is more than that of men in Indonesia. In Indonesia and around the world, women make up more of the population than men. However, there is a lack of representation of women in Indonesian politics on the local, provincial, and national levels. This discrepancy is showing the imbalance in the ratio of women to men representation in the government level in Indonesia. It's a big issue. I believe it is important for women to be involved in the political process. But in discussing the issue of the lack of women in politics, one would ask the question: in Indonesia, how can we assist the young girls to be more educated and realize the major role education plays in their adult life? And also, why is it important for women to be involved in the political process? In my speech, I will attempt to answer this question as best as possible. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the importance of Indonesian girls to help them learn leadership. In order for us to understand about women and their importance in politics, we must first discuss about the importance of education for boys and girls. Having equal education for boys and girls, that means the boys and girls have equal opportunities to be successful in school. The boys and girls can be active in studying, learning, and participating in school activities. In school, where there is equal education for boys and girls, the student can get the quality help Indonesian girls. They will better understand their potential to be active in helping their communities improve by hopefully being involved in politics in Indonesia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the importance of parents helping their daughters get an education. Traditional parents usually support the education of their sons over their daughters, and the involvement of parents in their girls' education will motivate school and make sure that the girls who attend in school will get good and equal education. In places in Indonesia, parents do not believe it is important to educate their daughters because they believe that they will not be the ones to support their families later, like their sons most likely will. And this perception is absolutely not true. The benefit of women who have good equal education as girls. Women with formal education at any level are likely to delay marriage and childbirth, and better informed about childhood care and immunization. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now let me speak about the importance of women educated in politics. Women around the world often face social, economic, and political challenges. For government to properly lead their constituents, they must be truly representative of all members of the society. It is therefore essential to influence Indonesian women to be more active in the political process because of many reasons. First, women are highly committed to promoting national and local policies that address the social, economic, and political challenges facing women, children, and disadvantaged groups. And second, women are particularly effective in promoting honest government. Countries where women are supported as leaders and as the voting polls usually tend to have a low level of corruption. Having more women involved in decision-making can lower the level of corruption in our country, therefore making Indonesia more developed and prosperous. And the third, women are strongly promoting to peacefully, as they often disproportionately suffer the consequence of armed conflict. Therefore, in Indonesia, we can reduce the political warfare with more women in politics. And finally, women are strongly into positive development in education. Infrastructure and progress in our country because of this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude this speech, I would like to emphasize that Indonesian women in politics, as leaders or even voters can improve our country significantly. And education for young girls plays a very important role in creating Indonesian women that can realize their potential as leaders and as agents of change in their communities through their participation in politics. And as I have stated earlier, in Indonesia and around the world, women make up more of the population than men. Therefore, better representation of women in politics can directly qualify for better representation of women in government. Okay, that's all of my speech. Thank you very much for your nice attention. If I have any mistake, please forgive me. And last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The participants spent time 7 minutes and 19 seconds.
Okay, for the next participant is Mr. Arif Budi Dermawan from Menteri Keamanan.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Nowadays, we absolutely live in globalization era.
Yes, Hadir.
Absolutely. That is different from our great-grandfather era. Nowadays, technology and human civilization rapidly develop. The increasing mobility of the human make the human something instant, fast, and quick, especially in having food. As we can see the phenomena in the developing countries, such as in Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Philippines, and also in our country, Indonesia. Having fast food is the lifestyle. This happened to our young generation. Our young generation today prefer to consume fast food rather than our traditional food. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that fast food has impact for our health? TheBigHealth.com informed that fast food contains of high salt, fat, calories, including cholesterol, which is 70%. And what will follow? Heart attack, nutritional disorder, metabolic disorder, cancer, obesity, and many more. Furthermore, there are many effects of fast food for our life. The first impact, it will make us as young generation become nutritional disorder. Nutritional disorder is disease that resulted from exercise or intake of food and nutrition, which lack the conditions such as kwashiorkor, read, and the end it will decrease our productivity. The second impact, it will decrease our intelligence, as we know that intelligence is important for us to reach the education. And the third, fast food contains of high natrium and less of potassium. It will decrease the function of the heart muscle, and in the end, it will increase the risk of a heart attack. And the other hand, it will make us slow in thinking and responding. Ladies and gentlemen, from that fact, we can see that fast food is dangerous for our health. We cannot imagine if we are as young generation like to consume fast food on and on. Will this nation better? And even the fate of this nation depends on the youth hand. And even, ladies and gentlemen, our first president Sukarno said, "Give me 10 youth and I will shake the world." President Sukarno clearly want to say that the power of youth is great potential owned by this country. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to bring young generation which having the food nutrition instead of consuming fast food. Ladies and gentlemen, brother and sister. So what can we do right now? We have to change our mindset about fast food. We have to know that fast food is not good for our health. There are so many food that benefit our health and that's better our tradition food. For example, do you know this is?
Aduh,
This is gado-gado. Gado-gado is
percuma rekam bro. Kacan kan saya buka. Enggak buka. Sosial tekerjon kok.